Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Share Love Educator. Yeah, that's what one of my page is called Share Love Educator on Facebook. And one of my page is From the Heart of a Teacher. I'm having some noise interference. Um, yeah, in the background, some work is taking place in the background, so you may hear some noise. But today I just feel like come on and share a story. Yeah, quite interesting. Quite interesting. I'm trying to build my YouTube channel as time goes by. I'm not in any hurry, but just working on my social media platforms. Yeah, and let me get one of my phones and so that I can share the live. So let me get my phone. All right, so I'm just going to try and share the live. Share the live. Yeah. Story time coming up, man. Story time coming up. Let me try and get this up so that I can share share it on share my YouTube link. Yeah. I'm not having a lot of followers, but I go live using my webcam. Quite interesting. A lot of things can take place nowadays, only if we know how. Yeah, only if we know how. A lot of ways to navigate. Yeah, the different journeys. So I'm bringing up my Facebook page and just checking to see if I can see my live on my phone. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So work is out. And so I have a few minutes down time. Let me see what's happening here. Oh yeah. I see the live. So I'm going to share it. I am going to share it. Copy the link. I see my live taking place here on because the YouTube live is on my computer. And so I am sharing it. I'm going to share it on my Facebook page. Yeah. Story time, story time, story time, pam pam, story time. Lots of noise in the background still, so I'm waiting on the keyboard. All right, so I had to mute the video for a while because a lot of noise. I should read the story for you. That girl and the mango. All right. Yeah, they're doing some drilling upstairs there. So some noise interference. All right, so I had to mute the mic for a while. So I'm really here today to read the story, Fat Girl and the Mango. And start reading the story. Just, having a little downtime, fun time today. And I said, let me try and go on YouTube. So here I am on YouTube, just checking out, trying out, and building up the stream time until I really get to work on increasing the followers on my YouTube channel. Yeah. hmm Yeah. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. It's bubbling in my soul. Yeah. Ready for story time? What are you doing this Tuesday though? I'm just taking a few moments to relax. What is your Tuesday like? Just taking a few minutes to just sit down a little and just relax. Yeah. I may stay on YouTube live maybe an hour, but I'm not doing the story like our story. The story is not that long, but I'm just here. You know, it's one of the primary school book I chose this morning. There are many stories in this book. Many stories. It says stories from nearby and far away, year three, and it's one of the primary school book that they use in Jamaica. Yeah, one of the primary school books, and this is one of the government provided primary school reader. All right, I think it's grade three. I think uses this book, so I'm going to be reading the story in a few minutes. Yeah, what do you think though? Because analyzing this story, what are your thoughts on them putting the fat girl and the mango? So people may ask, why not a slim girl and the mango? Why the fat girl and the mango? But of course, I do believe that they have a rationale behind it as to why they would choose that concept of a fat girl and the mango, because most time people who are, a bit heavy set, people believe that they eat a lot, even though we know that there are a lot of people that are heavy set, they have on excess weight and they don't eat a lot. So it all depends on the mindset. But there are many people across the world who believe that people who are heavy set or quote unquote fat, even though a lot of people don't like that term, right? A lot of people believe that those heavy set people eat a lot, but it's not all of them. It's not all people who are heavy set eat a lot, right? You have heavy set people who don't eat a lot, they eat small portion. But I don't believe that is just my perspective. I don't believe that there is any intended disrespect towards people like myself or with heavy set, comparing to some others. I don't think that the writer deliberately chooses to insult people who are considered quote unquote fat by including a fat girl in this story. I've read this story before, and of course, there are different morals in the story, and you can choose to extract whichever moral from the story or something interesting that you learn from the story because we should look beyond the surface. Yeah, we should look beyond the surface. So I'm just here for fun time. I'm not teaching a class, it's just fun time. I'm going to read about this fat girl and the mango. And who better to read it than a person who is heavy set, eh? Because maybe if somebody come here, come read about the fat girl and the mango, and the person is, very slim, petite in nature or size, somebody may take offense, right? So better than, yeah, then let me read it. Let me read it. Let me read it. All right. So this heavy set lady is going to be reading that fat girl and the mango story. And I hope you take away something positive from it. So I'm going to be reading it in a few minutes. Yeah. Well, let me see which story time. I started a story time song and I had to stop because of the noise interference. Story time, story time, story time. Pam, pam. Story time, story time, story time. Pam, pam. When teacher begins to read, I listen, I want to hear. Story time, I want to hear. Pam, pam. All right. So, okay. So let's go. hmm Ready for the story? Sit here. See? hmm So I am ready to read. A long time ago, there was a very fat little girl. She ate so much that her mother and father did not know what to do with her. Imagine that. Hmm? Somebody can eat too much that their parent don't know what to do with her. Well, let's see. In the morning, she ate 6 eggs. At lunchtime, she ate a whole kingfish and a big breadfruit. For dinner, she ate a whole chicken and a pot of rice. All this was easy for her. Hmm, interesting. Are you able to eat that much? What do you think? What do you think is happening? What do you think is happening while she's consuming what is considered too much? And based on the story, she ate so much that her parents did not know what to do with her. Well, let's see. I guess she is probably bleeding their finance. Their, you know. Well, let's see. What are we going to do with our fat little girl? Said the mother. We do not have any money, and she is eating too much. So, based on the story, I guess she's obese. Could we draw that conclusion? I think so. Yes, replied father. She is too fat. If anybody call me too fat, I think I will take offense to it. Huh? Call me too fat. Because not everybody was born to be, slim built. But let's see. What are we going to do with her? Said mother. We do not have any money and she is eating too much. Yes, replied the father. She is too fat. We'll have to send her to her grandmother. I wonder why. What would grandmother do? Hmm. I wonder what grandmother would do. Would grandma do something to make her get slim? Well, let's see. She will take care of her. Interesting. So is it that the parents are not taking care of her while she's eating so much and getting too FAT, as the father mentioned? Interesting. I wonder what the writer is getting to. Hmm? Sometimes we have to read those hidden messages, you know. Here, this is what. See? And let's see. In the morning, the father and the fat girl started off to grandmother's yard. Grandmother lived in the mountains. They would have to walk for a long time before they reach her yard. Wow. Why not drive? Why not ride? Why not use a different mode of traveling? They walk. They're walking. Probably that would be good for her anyhow. Huh? I wonder if she wasn't getting enough exercise. Or probably this is a thing that their primary mode of travel would be on foot, right? Using their feet. Well, let's see. So they have to walk for a very long time to get to grandmother's yard. It was not an easy walk. Whoa, that must be really challenging for her. That must be really, really challenging for her. Well, let's see. Before long, the little girl began to cry. I am hungry, she said. I want something to eat. I did not bring much to eat, replied her father, and it is too early. The little girl began to cry again. You know, some of these children, when they don't get their requests, you don't meet their request, you know, they will start to cry. Well, let's see. All right, let's see. Just then they passed a big mango tree. The little girl saw plenty of big mangoes on the ground. Her father did not stop, but she stopped and picked up one. She was about to eat the mango when she heard something. She looked at the mango. Something was wrong. The mango was trying to say something to her. Anything can go like that? Mango can talk? I didn't know that. That sounds like hallucination. Mango can talk? That don't sound right to me. Well, let's see. Please, 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 little girl, said the mango. Please do not eat me. If I ever take up a mango and that mango talking to me, I would eat that mango. I would throw away that mango so fast. Huh? Well, let's see. The little girl was very surprised. I must eat you, replied the little girl. I am hungry. I am going to eat you now. I'm going to eat you now. Not heat. We're not putting an extra letter on it, not that H. I'm going to eat you now. All right? Yeah. Because I know some people will come, with their pronunciation and identify the fact that an emphasis was placed on it. The heat, and it's not heat, not it doesn't, it's not the HEAT, is EAT. So I will eat you now. All right? So as I go on, whatever I see necessary to make reference to. So I will eat you now. Please, said the mango. If you do not eat me, something good will happen to you. But if you eat me, something bad will happen to you. I wonder what that is. Quite interesting. You can imagine a mango threatening a little girl. Hmm? Can you imagine a mango threatening a little girl? Well, let's see. I wonder if what the mango says will actually materialize. Let's see. So she ate the whole mango. Then she picked 10 more and ate them. 10 and 1, 11. I'm looking at the size of this mango. If that little girl ate 11 mangoes, would mean that that girl really, really, really had a big appetite. Because I've never eaten 11 mangoes. I don't remember eating 3 and 4 mangoes, much less to eat 11 mangoes. Imagine that. Well, let's see. All right. Let's see. But she was in for a big surprise. Soon after that, something happened. The fat little girl could not open her mouth, she could not talk, and she could not eat. She just sat under the tree and looked very sad. Wow. Sounds like what the mango said is really becoming a reality. Hmm? Well, let's see. Let's go a little further. You love to eat too much, said another mango in the tree. What kind of mango tree is that? It's a talking mango tree. Hmm? What would you do? Thinking about it now. If you ever go under a mango tree and for real the mango is talking to you, would you really eat those mangoes? Hmm? I don't think I would want to eat those mangoes. Not at all. Mm-mm. I wouldn't eat those mangoes. You love to eat too much, said another mango in the tree. Now look what happened to you. You cannot eat and you cannot talk. Your mouth cannot open up. Interesting. Here is a little girl. Mm. How many of you read this book or has ever seen this book before? Mm. Sometimes as adults we can sit down and read these primary school books, and learn so much from it. And it helps us to think critically. Yeah. The fat girl looked up at the mango. She could not say anything. She just looked very sad and she looked as if she was going to cry. The mango was sorry for her. Wow. I think this story would teach, children some good values and attitude because some of them, don't even know how to say sorry. They don't know how to feel, you know, for others. They don't know how to express feelings. I think this story teaches a lot of good values and attitude, even though it's a fictional story. Let's see. As the mango said, sorry, listen what the mango said. I am going to let you open your mouth again, said the mango. But if you eat too much, I will shut it again. Now go and run after your father. He's looking for you. That sounds like a threat, don't it? What do you think? Should we threaten the children? Should we threaten them? Because sometimes the children want to eat, and there are a lot of people who threaten them. And they would be hungry, and yet they still don't say anything because of the threats. Hmm? I don't know. I'm not so sure I like that part. Hmm? Yeah, but maybe it teaches her to learn to curb her appetite and not or her craving for food. But I'm still wondering if there were days that she would still be hungry, but because of the threat. Don't she don't say anything. Well, let's see. As the mango said, this little girl found that it was easy to open her mouth again. Well, here's a little girl. Here she finds that it is easy to open her mouth again. Hmm? There's a smile on her face now, right? Soon the little girl reached her father. She was happy to see him. I am looking for you, he said. You must be hungry by now. Here is some bun to eat. No, thank you, said the fat little girl. I am not hungry any longer. But the father wouldn't know what happened. Something miraculous took place. Yeah. So she said she's no longer hungry, but the father would know what transpired. Yeah. Because sometimes some things happen along with journey, that some people don't know about. And so they would see the change and wondering what happened to cause this transformation, but they don't know the root cause of it. As the case with this father, probably not knowing what caused the daughter to change her mind and not crying for the food and not hungry. All right. The fat little girl father was very surprised to hear this, but he was happy that the little girl was happy also. She could open her mouth once more, but she would never eat too much again. So the father was happy for the transformation, right? And I guess we could look at it to say probably her eating too much was very costly for the family. And so he was very happy that she is, not eating so much again. So here's the fat little girl talking to her father. The father brings some buns for her, and she declined the offer to eat the buns. Yeah. So I'm just here. Yeah, I'm just here to share this little story. Fat girl and the mango. I was just gonna share the story um outside of YouTube, and I said, let me turn on my YouTube live and see what it is about, and if I can still go live and share my story. It's not really in the format like I would share a story with the children. It's just me just having my little downtime and sharing this story. All right, for fun, relaxation, fun, and entertainment. All right, so I don't have the 1,000 views as required or the 500 as required to do the official streaming, but there's a way that I can go live because using the webcam, and so I can still go live without having the required number of people on YouTube. Yeah? Hmm. Should I read another story? The thing frightened me just a while ago, the drill. The drilling something there. It frightened me. Yeah. You see, I was. Yes, so I'm not going to be staying much longer, probably another 5 minutes. So, hear me again. Noise again. Oh, I'm sorry about that. All right, so the drilling stop a little, right? Imagine every time I talking for these last 2 to 3 minutes, this drilling come on. So like I say, I just come on, just a little relaxation time and trying out going live on face on YouTube. And like I say, I have to use my webcam. Right, so it's so I'm going now. Take care. Another time I'll come back live and I'm going to do some work now. Some continue to do some work at home. You know, school is out. Well, some people may not know, depending on where they live, because it's normal work day for quite a number of people. So I'm home today and just relaxing. One day I'll come and do an official story time. Yeah. One day I'll come back and do an official story time. This is just like my little downtime story reading. All right, so take care. This is Share Love signing out.